In this way, you are able to live according to God's laws in the world. In this way, you are able to understand the purposefulness of your life. In this way, you're able to come into the understanding that God is always with you. Mother, Father, God is always walking with you. And in such a way, in that way rather, living in harmony with, walking in harmony with, being in harmony with your divine self allows you to have a life full of peace, a life of love, and a life of great prosperity. How and why would God place you into the world? So that you would live a life of misery, a life of woe, only to die, wishing to have a glorious life somewhere else. Each and every one of us come into this life to fulfill a particular purpose. In the fulfillment of that purpose, we come to know and to understand that life is not about suffering. You were placed in the world to come into the realization of your God self and to enjoy the abundance, the great prosperity that God has placed here for us, each and every one of us. There are 7+ billion people in the world. And each and every one of us represent the microcosm of the great macrocosm. The macrocosm is, in short, God. The omnipotent, the omniscient, the omnipresent. We represent that in miniature form. So, as I started out saying, you know, where do we come from? Who am I? Who are we? The answer then is that we were created in the likeness of God, male and female. The first part of us was created in that divine spiritual realm. And then, as Genesis said, the second part, that the humus, which correlates to the word human, was then scooped up from the earth and fashioned and formed into this physical body that you see, and the breath of life was blown into it. And here we are. Man became a living soul. And when I say man, that includes females, male and female. We're talking about the community of man. Each and every single one of us took on this form. If you strip us away from this physical form, what you will see is something that you cannot put in a bottle. That omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent beingness, that is who we are. Where do we come from? We come from God. Each and every one of us, made in the likeness of God. And the quest in life is to realign ourselves with that knowing each and every day. Like he says in Conversations with God, God, why did you put me here? God, why am I here? We can answer the question simply. I am made in the likeness of God, spirit, mind, and body. Thank you. Peace and blessings. Amakhu. My name is Shekhemt Ausart, Unadunater. Last time we spoke, we had our conversation. I expressed to you that I had walked the journey of life asking the question, where do we come from? And so this evening, the question I seek to ask of you is, how and why is it important that we should live a godly life? If you look at the word God, G-O-D, it is very close to and synonymous with the word G-O-O-D. So, to the logical mind, we would say there is some relationship or some correlation between these two words. God and good could, for all intended purposes, go into the same basket. The ability to live as God is not as hard as you think, to live a godly life. Living a godly life means that each and every day that we take breath, we have a responsibility to see and to walk and to express yourself in ways that bring about good. It's not enough to talk about being a good person. What is more important is that we live in good ways with our fellow human beings, that we live in good ways with Mother Earth, that we live in good ways with the animal kingdom and with the minerals that are here, with the vegetable kingdom. Each and every species that is on this planet is here, not only to support us, but to support each other. And we, in turn, become that vessel for nurturing, furthering the goodness of God in the world. When we live in harmony with each and every species, with each and every one of our fellow human beings, then we are living a godly life. So let us say that you were walking, coming from work, tired, and there was somebody who came up to you and say, do you have anything to eat? They didn't ask you for money. They asked you if you had anything to eat. And of course, you worked really hard that day, and so you did not have enough time to eat your lunch. The sandwich that you packed, or the fruit that you packed, that you did not eat, that you did not consume, that you're not going to eat, would you give it to that person?